students. Today we are going to start a new chapter, that is principles of management. Actually, this is, you can say, part 2 of the chapter which we have discussed last, that is about management, the meaning of management, the nature of management, and the importance of management. As we have already discussed in the last chapter, that certain principles are there to certain principles are there in the management, so that they can function, so the management can apply that principles, and the management can function smoothly. So this is what we are going to discuss in this chapter. Now this is your chapter number 6 according to your book, Principles and Functions of Management. Now first of all, an intro of this chapter. Principle refers to a fundamental truth about some phenomenon. Basically, what is principle? Principles is kind of certain rules and regulation, kind of certain strict what you can say, a strict knowledge or a strict principle or strict rule for doing certain things. Like when you do your maths, there are certain methods, there are certain rules to solve the questions. When you do accounts, there are certain format is there in accounts also. This is kind of principles, right? If you remember, when you were discussing 11th standard, when you're discussing your accounts, there were certain accounting principles, right? So okay, same thing, principles are kind of rules and regulations so that the thing can be function well, and that principles which are universally accepted, or everyone accept that principle. It's not like that only this organization, some principles are formed for small organizations and certain principles are formed for big organizations. It's not like that. If principles are there, it's for everyone. Now if you do addition, right, if we talk about maths, principle is addition is 2 plus 2, right? Now if whether you do 2 plus 2 or 20 plus 20 or 100 plus 100, the principle remains the same thing. Or if you do any simple interest in maths or any other chapter in maths, so basis in same thing with accounts. So my point is, principle of management is certain rules and regulation which is applied to the management, which is applied by the management for the smooth functioning of the organization. Thus principle of management are the fundamental truth which provide guidelines. It's kind of guidelines for managerial decision making. And if principles are there, it helps the managers, it helps the management to take decisions. These principles enable a manager to tackle his problems, and this helps a manager to tackle his problem in a scientific and systematic manner, because principles are scientifically proven. It's not like that within a day anybody got a dream of this principle and they started forming this principle. No, after scientific research, after observation, they have formed these principles, and these principles are scientifically proven, and this enables a manager to handle the situations, to handle the problems. However, these principles are not as exact as specific as the rules of science. But the point is, these principles are not exactly like science principle, which cannot be changed. Remember this point. Management principles can be changed. They are dynamic in nature. Dynamic means they can be changed according to the environment. They can be updated according to the new technology and new things. But science, you cannot change science principle. Whatever the situation is, whatever the year is, or whatever the things is going on, but you cannot change the science principles. But yes, management principle you can. That's why these principles are dynamic, means they can be changed, they can be updated. They should be applied keeping in view the nature and needs of the organization. Now these principles are applied by keeping in mind the need of the organization. What kind of principles organization is required? Like I'll take the example, when you'll discuss these principles, no, when then you'll get to know about this point. Because kind of I'll just take example, there is one principle of specialization or division of work. Now if this principle can only applied in which organization? In big organization, like the organization which is the firm which is big, which have many persons working on it. Or specialization, division of work is not possible when there is only 2 persons are working in an organization, or 3 persons are working. So this is 2 persons are working, still division of work is there, but still specialization you can't say. So the point is, principles of management is applied keeping in view the nature and need of the organization. Now the nature of principle, what are the nature of principles, or you can say what are the characteristics of the principles, right? The first characteristic of principle, or first feature of principle, that are universality. As I told you, these principles are universal in nature, means they are universally applicable to organization, to all kinds of organization. Don't confuse with POM. POM is principles of management, are universally applicable to all kinds of organization. It can be educational, company, or a government organization, or a hospital, or any other business. These principles are equal useful at every level, as basically there are three level of management: top level, low, middle level, and lower level. Top level management, middle level management, and lower level management. So these principles are applicable, are useful for all levels of management. Universality in nature means these principles are universally applicable, means everywhere these principles can be applied, can be lived, whether it can be an educational institution, whether a company, whether a government, anything. Next characteristics, flexible in nature. Now the next point is these principles are flexible in nature. As I told you, these principles are dynamic. Dynamic means it can be molded, it can be modified, it can be changed according to the condition, according to the organization, according to the atmosphere, according to the need. So the PM are flexible. The principle of management are flexible in nature. These can be molded, modified with the change in environment. The principles which are suitable at one place in time may be replaced by other. Now some principles which is needed for certain organization, maybe that same principles are not required in other organization, or maybe at some place this organization, some place these principles are useful, and at the other place these principles are not useful. So it can be changed. For example, the principle, as I gave you, the principle of division of labor may not be applicable in small organization, but it can be applied in large organizations. So it can be changed, it can be adjusted, it can be modified according to the nature. Then these principles are relative. The principle of management are relative and not absolute. It means result achieved through the application of principle vary. Now you cannot say relative means the result we are getting by using these principles are not always same, are not always same with all the organization. Maybe some you can't say, okay, I'm also applying these principles, and Mr. A company, okay, ABC company is also applying these principle, and uh, what I can say, mm, Ram organization, just take the example, or you can say Hindustan Liver company and Reliance company. Let us take the example of Hindustan Liver and Reliance. You can't say the Hindustan Liver is also applying the same principles and Reliance is also applying the same principle, but profit earning or the smooth functioning in Hindustan Liver is better than Reliance. So you can't blame principles for that. This is maybe because of the factors, because of other things. But the point is, the thing is, these principle of management are not absolute, means the result you are getting from these principles may vary, may change. It depends on the factors like the environment, the experience. Maybe some managers in some companies are applying these principles more efficiently than other organization. So this also depends. So that's why the principle of management is not is relative, not absolute. Then directing human behavior. Another importance of management principles is it helps to, as in the starting only we have learned that these principles help to give guidelines, right? It helps to give guidelines to the management. Same thing, this directing human behavior means it helps in dealing the human behavior, it helps in dealing with the human resource. Management principles helps to get the best possible results from the human resource, from the employees. If you, in the further chapter when we'll discuss the principles, you'll get to know many principles are there which helps to increase the efficiency of the employee. Many principles are there which help to increase the efficiency of the employee. So this helps to regulate the human behavior, and the quality of application depends, and ultimately how you are applying these principles depend how experienced you are, and it depends on the quality of the managers. So this is, in the short, I'll explain this. Directing human behavior is help in guiding, in regulating the human resource, and helps to get best out of the employees. Then equal in significance. Equal in significance means equal in importance. You can't say one principle is more important than another. No, all the principles are equally important as other. Not, no principle has greater importance than other. Like the principle of unity of command is as important as the principle of unity of direction. This principle of unity of command is one principle, principle of unity of direction is another principle, and division of labor is another principle. So they are telling, this is not, it is not like that, okay, that one principle is more important than another principle. All principles are equally important. They have their own importance. Like let us take the example, let us take the example of your school. It's, every teacher or every person in the school is equally important as other. You can't say that maths teacher is important because math is art subject. You need your history teacher as well, you need your Hindi teacher as well, you need your accounts teacher as well, you need your commerce teacher as well. You can't say that we can run the school without peon. No, you need peons as well. So the my point is that, like in school everybody has their own importance. Same thing in uh, this management, all principles have their own importance, means they're equally important to the organization. Now that's all for the uh, nature of principle. Again I am repeating, again I am revising. Universality in nature means they are applicable universally, they are applicable, it applies to all types of organization. It is flexible in nature, it can be modified according to the need and according to the change in the condition. It is dynamic, relative, they are not, they are relative, they are not absolute. Means you cannot solely depend on the principles for the result. Other factors are equally important, and it depends how you are applying the principles. It depends the experience, the size and nature of the result you are getting out of these principles may vary. Directing human behavior, it helps in guiding human resource, it helps in increasing the efficiency of human resource. So equally important, all the principles are equally important. It's not that one principle is important, other is not. All principles have their own importance. Need for principles of management. Why we need principles? Though we have discussed this thing, why we need management, that's why we need principles in management. In the last chapter we have discussed why we need management, why management is required. In this we are going to discuss why these principles are important in this management. First is providing manager with useful insights into reality. Now in short, helping managers to get guidelines, to take right decision, to improve their knowledge, to get experience, to learn from these principles. So in short you can say manage, these principles helps to guide managers. Management principles guide managers to take right decisions at right time by improving their knowledge, ability and understanding of various managerial situation and circumstances. So these principles helps to increase, or helps to increase the knowledge, or helps to enhance the knowledge of the managers, and to understand the situation in better way, and it helps them, it guides them to deal with the situation in a better way. Then second need of these principle is optimum utilization of resources. These principle helps to utilize the resources in a better way. Now resources, we are having physical resources, we have financial resources, and we have human resources. Physical resources, your machinery; financial resources, your money; and your human resources, your employees. These principles helps to get best of these resources. They help to enhance the efficiency of these resources, and it avoids wastage of these resources by motivating the employees, by giving rewards to employees, by maintaining discipline, by providing good authority responsibility relationship, by applying good employees, specialized employees on machinery. If you employ a specialized person on machinery, on single machinery, what will happen? Let's compare. A person is working, an untrained person is working on machinery, and on other hand a trained and experienced or specialized person is working on a machinery. The person who is untrained will not able to handle the machinery properly. Maybe the proper utilization is not done. Maybe your machinery uh, get damaged, or maybe they are not getting that much output which the machine used to give. On the other hand, a trained person, a specialized person is working on that machinery. He'll give best result out of that, he'll give best output out of that. So the point is, these principles helps to utilize the resources in a better way. Meeting the changing environment requirements, management principles, as we have known that one of the feature of management principle is that they can be changed according to the environment, they are dynamic. So this helps to adjust with these principles helps to adjust with the environment, because they are dynamic in nature. You can implement the changes in the environment, and these principles can work according to that changes. Fulfilling social responsibility. Now, as we have told that management other responsibilities for the society as well, right? So and managers have has to keep parity in the organization, means equality, means they need to be, they can't be partial, or they can't be, they have to they have to, you can say, they have to maintain a morale in the organization. So these principle helps to attain that. These principle guide managers for their social responsibilities. Now for example, equity and fair remuneration. Now what is remuneration? Salaries, by giving equal and fair salaries. Now obviously you can't give equal salaries to everyone, it depends upon their specialization, but you can't give good salary to a special untrained person and less salary to specialized person. You can't do so, right? This will what, this thing can demotivate, and this is injustice. So these principles helps to maintain equality and helps to guides managers to perform their social responsibilities. Then management training, education and research. Management principles are helpful in identifying the areas in which existing and future managers should train. To increase the knowledge of the it helps to increase the knowledge of the managers. As we have done discuss, management is what? Management needs innovations, management needs research. So management is the field of research. In management is that field in which we need research on regular basis. These principle helps managers to have innovations. These principles helps managers to uh, what we can say, helps the managers to need to know where they need to be trained, what more knowledge they need to attain. So this is what these principles give. There are several number of courses, professional courses are there even for the students to understand these principles nowadays. Several courses are there for the students to understand these principles. So my point is, these another a need for principal is to give training, to give education, to help managers to do research on a regular basis. I think that's all for today. I'll just have a quick revision of these need, why we need principles of management: for guiding the managers to take the right decision, to utilize the resources, financial, physical and human resources in a better way, to be dynamic, to adopt changes, to cope with the changing environment. These principles guide the managers to deal with the changing environment and help the managers to change in the environment. Management principles implement helps the managers to implement, to apply the changes in the environment. then it helps the managers to fulfill their social responsibility. It guides the managers so that managers can perform their social responsibilities well, like by making equality in the firm, by making discipline, by there should be no injustice in the firm, there should be no injustice in the organization, by training, giving training to employees, by enhancing, by guiding them for the research work, as in management research work is a necessity. So this is what about. In the next class we are going to discuss about the principles. What are actually the principles? Basically there are two persons, Henry Fayol and Taylor principles. These principles, their principles are the Frederick Winslow Taylor and Henry Fayol. These principles are very important, which we are going to discuss in next class. In the last video I've seen not much students have watched the video. Now before watching this video, I request you to watch that video first, then only you'll understand this video in a better way. Thank you again. If you have any doubt, you can ask. If you have any doubt, you can ask. Thank you and God bless you all.